And we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday through Friday. Uploading videos every Monday night. We are live on the GSMC Sports Network to talk about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling. We talk about all the action inside and outside the ring, backstage curtain calls, all the rumors, all the drama, all the updates. We talk about contract negotiations, extensions, and new signings among superstars. We talk about promotions from Stardom to New Japan Professional Wrestling to WWE to Ring of Honor to TNA to AEW to GCW to the NWA. If it makes major news in the world of professional wrestling, we talk about it here on this show. 1,010%, so make sure you guys Superman punch that like and subscribe button so you guys can get notifications when we publish some videos. So, recently, we talked about in our segment 1, we talked about SmackDown. Now we're going to talk about some WWE Monday Night Rollins. I'm just kidding, Monday Night Raw. We're going to talk about Monday Night Raw, but of course, before we get on into any of that, just want to remind you guys, if you got a burning question or a hot take in terms of the world of professional wrestling, or just something you've been dying to get off your chest here at the GSMC Sports Network, just know that we are all ears, 1,010%. This show is all about keeping the conversation going, making sure you guys feel like you are part of the mix, so don't be shy to drop your thoughts inside that chat. Hit up that super chat and hit up that $sign. Anything you guys put inside the little chat box is going to be guaranteed to be featured on the show, talked about, debated about, maybe even take place of a segment. If it's that 1,010% juicy, can't wait to see what you guys have to say. Send in your message. It's also a great way to support the channel, support all these amazing sports podcasters who have one goal in mind, to make sure you guys consume all the amazing sports content that we offer here on the GSMC Sports Network. And guess what? It's absolutely 1,010% FR free. So honestly, what do you have to lose? Hit up the, make sure you Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. We are super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily on the GSMC Sports Network. Your support makes all the difference. So let's keep this party going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome, and together we'll make sure this is the best damn wrestling podcast in the entire world. But of course, if the super chat is not your thing, go ahead and hit up that tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Just remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity, 1,010%. But in terms of talking sports, it's inevitable. There's going to be some disagreements. There's going to be some criticisms, and don't worry, I don't take anything personally whatsoever. It's all whatever you guys have to say. It's already water under the bridge, baby. It's already gravy. Don't even worry about it. Just want to make sure you guys feel absolutely comfortable sharing anything what you guys have to say, anything you guys believe. There are no such thing as a bad take, guys. No such thing as a bad take. Absolutely not. So feel comfortable to say whatever you guys want. All right, let's talk about some Monday Night Raw. I kind of went deep on my WWE SmackDown preview. I think that was plus 20 minutes. I apologize for that, but it's pretty heavy stuff. So Monday Night Raw, we started off, we had Logan Paul kicking off Raw, and of course he starts talking trash to his not really hometown people because he's from Cleveland, but obviously we are in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Not a lot of people took fancy of what Logan Paul really had to say about, landing his jet, looking out the window, seeing a lot of sorry-ass people. I want to turn my plane around. It was like, dude, really? Really, bro? So then he had a conversation with CM Punk in the middle of the ring. CM Punk basically telling Logan Paul, hey, honestly, kid, keep your mouth shut. I am Satan. And you are nobody. And you are absolutely nobody. And Logan Paul obviously looking like he took some hardcore offense that he slaps the taste out of CM Punk's mouth. And I got to be honest, I was kind of a little upset that Seth Rollins didn't join the fray, especially after, the history between Rollins and CM Punk and, and Logan Paul as well. Some bad blood there. Next, we have a triple threat match. We had Ludwig Kaiser taking on Penta, and Pete Dunne. This was a non-title triple threat match, which is basically, kind of rare in the world of professional wrestling. I hated that Ludwig Kaiser kept grabbing the mask of Penta because it's internationally well known around like Lucha Underground, around the CMLL, basically around the world of professional wrestling, that he's never been unmasked. He's a man of mystery all over, the world. He was Kaiser, so disrespectful. So disrespectful. But to be honest, that's his gig. That's exactly what he was trying to do. So if his hope was getting a rise out of the wrestling fans, he did it. I'm just kidding, no. But in all seriousness, 1,010%, Ludwig Kaiser picks up the victory. But did WWE really have to do a triple threat match for Penta to receive his first loss in WWE? Maybe. I'm just kidding. No, but I feel like now this kind of not puts Penta keeps him grounded because he was undefeated and WWE was like, oh crap, we don't want fans to kind of see this guy as like someone who's absolutely unbeatable, because when he loses, and I don't think he's ready for an Intercontinental Championship shot. I don't think he's ready just yet. Definitely not World Heavyweight Championship ready. So he has a couple of months ahead of him, a couple of long, hard months ahead of him until he gets a title, or before he gets a title shot. So he's gonna have to lose some matches. So I feel like this was WWE's way of kind of implementing, the fact that Penta, he's been undefeated in WWE, and he's been basically running a buzzsaw all over the locker room. But he bleeds. He bleeds, so he's going to be able to, lose. So, definitely thought this was a huge match. This was a big win for Ludwig Kaiser. Definitely, young rising star, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Then we had Rhea Ripley speaking to Jackie Redmond about her title defense at Io Sky next week on Monday Night Raw in Buffalo, New York. I guess the last time they faced each other was 5 years ago, which is crazy, and I think Io Sky picked up the victory. I do feel that Rhea Ripley, this match between Rhea and Io Sky will ultimately, I feel like it's going to be interfered with. And when I say it's going to be interfered with is because I feel like Io is main event worthy, 1,010%. The person who wins the Elimination Chamber, she's going to... I feel like that's the reason why they had the match after Elimination Chamber, because it's going to be somebody who wants to take the title off of Rhea herself. But since Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the huge spoiler alert, dethroned Bianca Belair and Naomi for those World Women's Tag Team titles, I thought it was going to be Liv, and then she was going to be in the match. Maybe that might, make some sense. But I'm not too sure. But I do have the confidence. I'm confident to believe that we're going to get a triple threat match. I want to see, Liv Morgan get involved and, basically beat the hell out of Io Sky and be like, you know what? No one's going to take the title off of Rhea Ripley except for me. And that's going to be, kind of a nice way to implement a triple threat match at WrestleMania. And, I feel like Rhea Ripley's going to come out the victor. There's been speculation saying that one of these girls will fall out of the Elimination Chamber match, and either Becky Lynch or Jade Cargill will get a shot and win the Elimination Chamber, but still that's, highly, still up in the air. Not too sure how that's going to, work out, especially after everything that happened, tonight. But I know, kind of crazy. The New Day take on the LWO, and, the New Day, full-blown heels. And I got to be honest, I love absolutely every second of it. The more and more they win, I feel like they're gonna string up a couple of wins and eventually be in title contention. And if you think about the World Tag Team division on Monday Night Raw, it's not really that prestigious. It's not really that much of a pop. You have the War Raiders, you have the New Day, you have the LWO, you have American Made. I feel like American Made's probably the next ones in line. But, with the Judgment Day especially kind of falling out, I don't believe anybody is suitable to hold these tag team titles more than the New Day. I would love to see this New Day, become champions one day because, it'll piss everybody off, absolutely piss everybody off. Every promo they cut, since they dissed Big E on Monday Night Raw, it's, I feel like it'd be great. I feel like it'd be great for WWE to kind of just have a different taste of the tag team titles. Like, I know you had Finn Balor and JD McDonough, obviously, the Judgment Day, they were heels. But, they weren't really vocal. They weren't really, they defended their titles, like 2 or 3 times. And it was terrible. It was a debacle. It was awful. Absolutely awful. So if you have this New Day come in, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, willing to do absolutely anything to win these titles and to defend them and to retain them, I would absolutely love to see them have the titles, instead of the War Raiders. I do love myself some War Raiders, I gotta be honest. But they're just too big, they're too bad, they're too dominant, they're too, unpredictably winners. You know what I mean? Do you ever expect the War Raiders to lose in a fair fight against basically anybody? No, you don't, because, Eric and Ivar are these two behemoths of men in the tag team division. So, I feel like to kind of add a little bit of pizzazz to the tag team division on Monday Night Raw, I feel like you got to put the titles on Woods and Kofi Kingston. That'd be pretty badass. Finn Balor backstage, obviously talking crap to Dominik Mysterio and blaming him for the Judgment Day failures. Dominik Mysterio once believes and will always believe that they need to add a new member. I feel like they will. I feel like ultimately maybe they will kick Finn out. But as of right now, I don't really know a suitable choice besides maybe Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed would probably be the best for a new Judgment Day affiliate, and then maybe some way, somehow, along the way, you have him help Finn Balor win a match, win the Intercontinental Championship, and then all of a sudden Finn Balor's like, you know what? Maybe you were right, Dom. Maybe you were right. Maybe, we need to add this guy. And then, bam, match made in heaven. They kind of fill in that little spot there. But honestly, it's still up in the air. It's still up in the air. Obviously, you had Finn Balor blaming Liv and Raquel Rodriguez for the attack on Jade. And then, Liv was kind of like, even if we did or we didn't really care. Which makes people to believe that they probably did not do it, which is, pretty crazy. Pretty damn crazy. We had an Intercontinental Championship match. The Women's Intercontinental Championship match, live with Valkyrie, convincingly defeated Dakota Kai in a decent match. I personally thought Ivy Nile was going to get involved in the fray in the middle of the match, but at the end of the match, it's that kind of makes up for it, I guess. But something had to be done. Something about these women's titles, the mid-card titles, they don't really have any teeth to it. Don't really have much more of a storyline. So when Ivy Nile lost that number one contendership match to Dakota Kai last week on Monday Night Raw, I was like, oh my God, this is awful. This is terrible. Terrible booking. Not a WWE fan anymore. This is over. I'm just kidding, no. But ultimately, it was all right. It was all right. Ivy Nile needs to win the championship. I got to be honest. We need to see them win. We need to see her win because she's very gifted inside the ring and because she can absolutely hold that title with prestige. She could be that face that everybody hates, the Pitbull, with her hairstyle, with her, bootleg Ronda Rousey. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, but Ivy Nile, she's pretty gifted. She's pretty awesome. Definitely think that she'd be absolutely in a formidable WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Hopefully she never sees this and comes over to my house to kick my ass. Just kidding. Moving on. We had Braun Breaker taking on Dominik Mysterio. The match ends in a no decision. Judgment Day obviously gets involved, but Braun Breaker is absolutely pissed off. Backstage, you see the War Raiders attack American Made, obviously, stating that their feud is not over yet. So the American Made, Brutus and Apollo? No. Damn it. Whatever. The Creed brothers are going to get another shot. Cody Rhodes and is confronted in the middle of the ring by Seth Rollins, talking about Seth Rollins basically told Cody Rhodes, I don't want to hate you, bro. I don't want to hate you. And then Cody Rhodes was like, you know what? Maybe your soul has been compromised from all the hate. You were my shield at WrestleMania. You were the MVP of WrestleMania night 1 and night 2. And Seth Rollins obviously telling Cody Rhodes, like, look, man, I sold I sold my soul once. Obviously, obviously he was alluding to when he took the offer from Triple H to be a big, bright star of the Authority, and he was. He very much was. He had his 15 minutes of fame, burned a crap ton of bridges along the way, and after all of it, he was screwed over. He was screwed over, in that, once when Finn Balor got injured and he had to relinquish the WWE Universal Championship, you had that match. I think it was a fatal five-way, I think it was. And then Triple H comes out. Seth Rollins is super happy because he's here to protect me. He's here to, I'm going to be the champion. I'm going to be the champion. And then all of a sudden he pedigrees him. Bam, Kevin Owens gets a 1-2-3. Seth Rollins, with the knife stabbed in his back. But then again, he ultimately did deserve it. So, he's probably warning Cody Rhodes, like, you know what? At the end of the rainbow, you're not going to see a pot of gold. You might hold a piece of gold along the way, but at the end of it, you're going to end up with no friends. You're going to end up with, with all by yourself, stuck with the mistakes you've made in the past that you regret. And he was kind of saying that. Seth Rollins was kind of basically, not apologizing for everything that he's done in the past, like with the whole, Roman Reigns. Honestly, with Dean Ambrose as well. Like, I feel like he was kind of alluding to a little bit of Dean, and all the Shield. So, I thought that was a good promo. I definitely love the way that Seth Rollins did that. Heading into Elimination Chamber, it would be absolutely crazy to find out if he wins. I thought that, everything that's been going down around I was going to say the league, like I'm talking about the NFL. Everything that's going around the locker room in WWE is that we have no idea who's going to win that Elimination Chamber match. I can't even put my finger on it. I looked up an online site. It's called SmackDown Hotel. I was looking up, main events in WrestleMania. Ever since they started implementing 2 nights, and all of a sudden I just see John Cena on there. Like John Cena, I was like, "What? That's crazy." It says John Cena TBD, and I was like, "So is John Cena gonna win the Elimination Chamber match? Maybe, maybe not." Is Jey Uso versus Gunther going to be a night 2 main event or a night 1? It's because if CM Punk wins, I would love to see him take on Cody Rhodes. I feel like that would be a nice little, heel versus babyface. If during the match you see Cody go rogue, get dirty, and then use brass knucks or something like that to pick up the victory, like that would be absolutely astronomical. But it's still, I don't know. Like I said, it's still up in the air. We don't know. And at the end of the match, or at the end of the night, we had the Women's World Tag Team titles. They changed hands. I'm kind of happy about it. I'm kind of getting over this Naomi and, Bianca Belair. I feel like all 3 of those girls, Belair, Cargill, and Naomi, need to step into the singles division 1,010%. I feel like that is, I feel like that's great. They both definitely need that. Oh, well, all 3 of them definitely need to win a singles championship. Dirty Dom got involved. First time ever, we have a 3-time Women's World Tag Team Champions. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Huge round of applause. Naomi was pinned, by the way. I'm just kidding. Not that means anything. Of course not. Doesn't mean anything. But, I don't know, maybe weak link, the glow. I'm just kidding, no. Moving on. All right, our next segment, guys, we got TNA Impact. We're going to talk about some Ring of Honor when we come back. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 25 seconds. So, hey, do not go absolutely anywhere.